Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. I am your humble host, Mr. David Null, also known as Hawk Two Feathers, and I'm sitting outside my house, my passive solar house down here in South Georgia, looking at the sky. And there have been a few chemtrails today, but all in all, there's one right up there kind of spreading out. But anyway, I want to greet you all with love and honor and blessings of the infinite creator. And I hope that each and every one of you will continue to receive the blessings and the wisdom and the healing from the universe. Now, about this particular subject, witch hunt for the witch is real, and I've been, ever since Trump got elected, there's been some crazy mess going out there. Well, it's the Russian this, and it's the that, and it's this. Now the Mueller report is out, or Mueller, depending on how you want to go. Hello, Melanie. Blessings to you. So I'm looking around and just watching the headlines, and I see a few things here and there, and I'm like, you know, the Democrats are screaming now. And I got to say, I used to be a Democrat. I don't know what I am anymore, but that's not the point. I look at what some of these Democrats are saying. Oh my God, we want all of the, Mueller report to be made public. Well, yeah, we've been trying to say that for a long time, and the Democrats are, well, I don't know, we shouldn't release that. That's top secret. And whatever fits their bill is what seems to be what is correct for them. So the witch hunt that's going on, I kind of wonder, in watching how some of these people are speaking, are the witches actually chasing what they consider the witch? In other words, listen to Joy Behar and some of these people. I listen to the rhetoric and I'm going, these people's minds are so warped. There's no way they can actually understand the truth. So when the Mueller report comes out and it's made public, are they going to actually be able to accept it? Because they've been on such a witch hunt, because in my opinion, some of these people are full-bodied witches, in that they're looking for destruction and things in something that doesn't exist. They're trying to conjure, if you will, by public opinion, that Trump's guilty. And if he were guilty, wouldn't it, after 675 days or whatever, that we would have found out some absolute truth? All the people they've questioned, how about the millions of dollars spent? Is anybody complaining about that? No. Well, what about them? I'm complaining about it. They take public money and use it for this nefarious purpose. And I'm saying that, in my humble opinion, that the witches are after a fake witch. They've created this scenario that now they can't back up. They were told 2 years ago, you keep following this scenario, if you keep repeating this mantra, if you keep repeating these words, we're going to turn Trump into a witch. Because now, no matter what is said, there are people who are just like, they're so convinced because of the last 675 days that he is guilty. And that now it's a cover up. Well, wait a minute. If it was a cover up with all this other stuff, don't you think it would have shown up? I mean, Mueller's supposed to be on the Democrat side, and all these other prosecutors, they're all been doing what the Dems want, what all the social media wants, what all the MSM wants. But at the same point, when it comes out and it goes, well, that really wasn't true. But he's still guilty. He's still guilty because now all of a sudden, Mueller's going to be the one that's accused of withholding evidence. They're not going to believe the report until they cross-examine Mueller. And it's like, are these people, it's absurd. I thought about other words to try to use. And the only word that comes out is absurd. This is absolute absurdity at its finest. Because they wanted to find something. 675 days, I'm repeating this because these people are like, but 675 days later, and the report comes out, and now they don't want to believe it. Well, I don't know. We should make this public. Well, of course. you know, if we have the correct sunshine laws, which mean all government should be in the daylight, everything. I mean, we paid for this dadgum thing. Don't you think that we should each get a personal copy? I believe so. Send me a copy of his report. I'm a taxpayer. I'm an American. I should get a personal copy of this thing so I can make my own judgment, not let some George Behar weird person on the social MSM kind of crap try to tell me what to think about it. And that they are like, oh my God, there's nothing there that they can put their little tiny fingers on. So automatically there's got to, now Mueller is in collusion. Now they can't stop. And I'm a conspiracy theorist. And I'm looking at this stuff and I'm going, every time you guys turn around, those folks who are that are on the witch hunt for Donald Trump, I think to myself, wait a minute. Now, I don't agree with everything the man does. I've stated this before and I continue to state it. But there are things like the jobs and things and blah, blah, blah. Do I want more tanks? Not really. But do I want more jobs in the United States? Absolutely. And if right now building more tanks and repairing them is economically sound for the United States, let's keep Americans working. Let's keep the jobs in America. And that's what he's doing. He's not sending things overseas. He's renegotiating things. So so the witch hunt by the witches, I might add, because in witchcraft and in sorcery and that kind of thing, you repeat your intention. So as a sorcerer witch, which these people who continue to try to say he's guilty, Maxine Waters, she's guilty. Why? Because she keeps trying to put the blame on him. How many people have looked in her back door? How many people have said Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi? And, Nancy Pelosi 2 months ago was like, we're going to impeach him. And now all of a sudden, Nancy's going, nah, I don't think this is a good idea. Now, but nobody's listening to Nancy all of a sudden. It's like, well, she said, well, maybe we should back off. And the rest of them are going, no, there's going to be more collusion. The witches are after him, okay, because they didn't get their wish. Their wish did not come true. And so the witches have created the witch hunt. I know it sounds weird, but in repeating the lies over and over and over again, it becomes a magical mantra, if you will. And there's a lot to be said in that, because if you repeat your intent enough, then it should come true. The problem is the lie is so big, they set themselves. Mueller's the guy, Comey, blah, 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 blah. But here's the deal. Now that it's over, are they going to accept the truth? The answer is no. They're going to get the report. They're going to go, well, somebody must have got to Mueller. They're going to come up with some kind of reason that the guy that they've been backing, Mueller, either side, is somehow now he's changed tactics. And that now that he hasn't found anything in the Russian collusion, there's so much about the different foundations. The Obama was setting the thing. So the witches are creating the witch hunt. Understand that. And that these people have one absolute single goal, regardless of whether or not they're right or wrong, is to take this person down. And the only way that they can do it is by continuously repeating the same mantra. He's guilty. He peed on a bed. He had hookers. He's a pedophile. And it's like, if you want to look at pedophiles, why don't you look at Bill Clinton? Why don't you look at Joe Biden? Why don't you look at Joe Biden? But you want to put this on that, after it came out, is like, one of the headlines was along the lines of, we're the ones that elected this pedophile, misogynistic, he hates women and all these other things. And, he's a poor leader and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, the more I see what Donald Trump's doing, the more I appreciate him, not hate him. If anything, I'm like, okay, show me what you got. By now, after 675 days, there should be more for me to be pissed off about as an ex-Democrat. And I look at what the track record is, and I don't know how much they're fudging the numbers because they can and they do. But to the bottom line is I can see it for myself in the news. I can go check out local uh reports on jobs and these and different things. I can see that America has turned around. And and thank God, and Trump and all the white hats who were involved in this. So the witch hunt, in my opinion, has been for the last 675 days, and there's probably something in that in the gematria, but I haven't looked at it. But to the point that they must continue to repeat it because they didn't get their wish. So is this going to go away? If they get the full report, are these people going to go, well, are they you do you think for a moment that they're going to shut up about this? Just consider it. Do you think the Behars and all these other handed, some of these folks are going to are going to, well, the report's out. I read it and he's not guilty. Or are they going to come up with something else? You mark my word, and I'm not trying to be prophetic in this, but mark my word, these idiots are going to keep it up. Now Mueller is going to be part of this. Now he's part of the collusion. They're going to stretch this thing just as far as they can because they didn't get what they planned. Their witchiness, their repeating of the lies for whatever, none of it has been proven true. Will they accept the truth? Will they accept it without a bunch of rhetoric? Keep an eye out. I'm saying let's make an extra big batch of popcorn because these people are literally going to drive themselves nuts over this stuff. I'm just it has gotten to the point of it is so absurd now that it's like uh, uh, back in the old days, there were I'm trying to think of his name. There was a Frenchman who Moliere who wrote some farces back in the day in theater, and I was in a couple of his plays. Have read several of them over the years, and one of them was The Doctor in Spite of Himself. And it's like it gets so to the point where it's so absurd that people will believe it. And but the thing is, it's gotten so absurd to me, there's nothing that these other folks can say now. Do you think that after 675 days of them telling lies and promoting this other witch hunt, that I'm going to listen to any other news that they tell me about? Because they've proven themselves to be untrustworthy. So when I go out there to the mainstream media and I want to listen to these people, I can't listen because I don't trust them. For the last 675 days, I know I'm repeating myself, they have been promoting sorcery to bring down our president. They failed. They're going to eat themselves alive. Can I believe anything they say in the future? No. Do you think I'm going to listen to their opinions? No, because I've been listening to them for the last 675 days. I'm repeating myself on purpose. Um, but to the point that um, would I ever believe anything that Joy Behar, and I know I'm picking on her, she's the only one that's sticking in my mind at the moment, but some of these other people, am I ever going to be able to trust one iota of what these people speak, even if it is the truth? Would I believe them for the simple reason that they have lied to me for so long? Can I believe the truth when they tell it to me? Can you believe the truth when they tell it to me or us? And that's going to be the quandary, conundrum, and so forth that they're going to face now. Fox is being bought out by Disney or has been. They've laid off a bunch of people. They came in and overnight they just like wiped that place clean. And there is some big stuff that is happening that people aren't being aware of. The Murdoch thing, all the things that he bought up. Now, am I all fuzzy and happy about the fact that Disney has gotten in control of Fox now? Not on your life. But that's not the point. It's at least it's not in control of the Murdoch family. But with that said, though, are we going to all of a sudden, because somebody owns the company, are we going to believe the people who work for them because they've been spouting lies, not even trying to tell the truth? Are we going to be able to support these people, or are they going to go down? And I don't mean that we're going to take them down, but I haven't listened to them. They're not getting my click vote. I look at the headline and I go, sorry, you guys are still at it. You're still on the witch hunt. You witches are trying to conjure up something that does not exist. These witches are conjuring an evil. And I mean the people who are in the mainstream media. If they continue to repeat this stuff, even after the report comes out, all you got to do is look at it and go, their job isn't to tell the truth. Their job is to continue the narrative of the witch hunt. Just saying. They're going to show their true colors. They already are. And they're showing it in the absurdity in how they're reacting to this. I mean, it's just only been out a day. So this is my 10 cents worth. And the thing is should we believe the report? Sure. Why? Because the Democrats are pissed about it. That's why we should believe it. Well, I don't know. Should we believe the Mueller report? Has anybody else been indicted? Is anybody else being put in jail? Is anybody else being brought up on charges? Is anybody? No. So that must mean it's over, right? Well, not for the people who are trying to make it still happen. And so they're going to go back crap cray cray. They're going to drive themselves insane. And I got to applaud Trump for he's like, just keep an eye out. He doesn't need to attack them. He's given them enough rope that they're already in the process of hanging themselves. About some of these folks are literally standing on the trap door with their hand on the handle to open the trap door and to hang themselves. They are like right there, and they don't need my help or your help. They've done it all on their own. But anyway, but to the idea though that witch hunt for the witches is correct. Now Trump has stated that these folks are after him. Up to this point, he's been correct. All the things that I've been able to see, I believe Trump a whole lot more than I do any of these other clowns. They tried to make something of it. I watched his speech live at the Lima plant in Ohio. My sister used to live up there. And but anyway, but to the point is that I watched his speech live, and I watched what he said about John McCain. He could have been a whole lot more rude about John McCain, but he stuck with the vote about the thing and the fact that he turned thumbs down and the way he did it and all this kind of stuff. And he was like, he didn't even go into his Vietnam record and all the other collusionist stuff there. So, in my opinion, our current president was very light with John McCain. But does he have respect for him? No, because of what he did while Trump was president, not before. So, but I've watched I've tried to watch some of it, and I just want to throw up so badly. I go, man, I really, I can't watch this because it's like, I watched this speech and he was like, I know it. And he kept saying, mainstream's going to tear this up. But I'm going to say it again as clear as I can be. These are the reasons why he's not my favorite. And he didn't say anything else. He didn't allude to anything else. But he said, he's a good man, the parents, blah, blah. But this is why I don't, my personal opinion. So now all of a sudden the president can't have his own personal opinion about somebody's behavior without everybody trying to bring up some kind of, he's a hater, he's a monger. No, John McCain proved it himself what kind of a person he was to all of us. I was shocked when he did it that night. I watched it live for him to come in there and go like this. And I was like, what? A lot of us, a lot of us. And I'm a Democrat, supposedly. Well, I'm still listed as one. But to the point, though, it's like, man, sorry about this. So watch the witch hunt. The witches are trying to create the witch hunt. Understand that. They're using particular words, they're using phrases, and these phrases are what trigger people. That's what you do when you create if you're doing a magic spell or something, you keep repeating it with the same intent. Now, that's also the definition of crazy. You keep doing the same damn thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. These people have lost it. The absurdity is beyond absurd. It is now become a farce. And I'm saying, get your popcorn ready. Have your favorite beverage, nearby, so you don't have to go make too many trips back and forth to the refrigerator. But you know, it's time for the mainstream, and I don't know if they can, to actually report the truth. Bad witches go away. Thank you, Melanie. It's total absurdity. Thank you, Melanie. Trump is fighting satanic pedos. Absolutely, Melanie. I feel the same so much. Let's have the truth on the table. Really, absolutely, Melanie. I don't listen to them either. Fire them. And such clowns the demons are. Absolutely, Miss Melanie. We're 100% on that. Maybe 100.1%, because some of these things are like so blatant. And the people who are still trying to make the sorcery spell come true, that that Trump is the demon, not the people saying it. And it's this reverse mirror thing. And with all the study of the occult and things over my many years, I'm looking at this and I'm going, this, especially after yesterday and today, I had to make a little comment about this. The absurdity of what they're doing really shows their stupidity. It really is showing through. So let's make sure that we don't let them trigger us. Let's keep an eye on the ball, and let's just make sure that we keep ourselves out of their sorcery. Laugh at it, share it, tell your friends. This stuff is absolutely absurd. I agree. And so have a lot of the other, when they came out, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, when the preliminary report, oh no, we can't hide that, and it was all redacted. No, 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 no. If it isn't honest to God top secret, put it out there. If it doesn't have somebody's name in a country, put it out there. We, the American people, need the truth. We deserve it. We pay for these people to tell us the truth. And if they don't, then they should be held accountable. And, these Ocasio Cortez people and some of these other folks who are bringing up some of this stuff, oh my gosh. They absurdity beyond belief. I'm sorry, absurdity beyond belief. So let's just keep an eye on these crazy people and understand, instead of getting pissed off, laugh about it, because it is so absurd. When we change our own energy and laugh about these absurdities, our energy, personal energy, increases. Anytime you have a good belly laugh, man, your endorphins and everything go up. So where they're trying to scare us and make us feel like a bunch of ding dongs, laugh at these silly idiots, and go, I'm sorry, and these things used to piss me off. Now, don't, you've been hanging around me long enough, that I went through my anger stage, but now with all these other things going on, I realize being angry isn't it. I want to laugh in their face and go, you want me to continue to listen to you and believe you? You, nope. Sorry. You want to trigger me? You're going to trigger laughter now. You're not going to trigger, me being pissed off. I do I like it? No. Do I think they're idiots? Yeah. All these other things, and they're kind of sort of negative. But in the bottom line of this is, though, the reaction that they used to get from me is not the same. And so a lot of other people are going to go, well, wait a minute now. I thought you said that you wanted the truth. And now that the truth comes out, you're telling us now it's not the truth, but you wanted the Mueller report and you want it open. Well, yes, we do. Now we want to hear it. We want it all out in the open. That's not what you said 6 months ago. So there, my kitty cat's in the background. But yeah, I got a bunch of them. I don't know. Springtime came, and I counted like 15 cats at one time that were down here messing with the females. And yeah, there's a couple of them. That one right over there is pregnant. Oh boy, get out of my house! Hey, psst, psst, stay out now. You know better. I allow them around the house, but I don't have any inside cats anymore. They just got to be too much trouble. But anyway, so I love my animals, but I do have them. Whoa, interesting bee activity out here today. It still is a beautiful sky. I'm going to wrap this up. We've got carpenter bees up. I wish you could see them, but we've got carpenter bees humming around up over my head. There have been a lot more, not as many as I would like, but we've had more birds come through. There was a pair of cardinals that were sitting over in that tree just earlier. The small wrens have made it up from the south, and I am almost due north of the panhandle of Florida, where St. Mark's Wildlife Refuge is. And every year we usually get the whole flight of all the birds heading back north. The strange thing is there hasn't been any migration yet. And this is the 23rd of March. You know, Wednesday was the first day of spring, and there are usually more birds heading up. Haven't seen them. Now, there are more birds than there were 2 weeks ago, but there's not near the birds that used to fly. I mean, my whole field used to be filled with robins. I haven't seen a robin in a couple of years. And, maybe like one here and one there, but I mean, there used to be whole flocks of them that came in. But anyway, it is springtime. We've been had this last week. I gotta say, thank you, Jesus, thank you, spirits, thank you, Creator, thank you, Mother Earth, and whoever kept most of the chemtrails out of the skies. We've had beautiful blue skies down here. The temperatures have been just slightly below normal for spring. It has been absolutely gorgeous. And people say, well, Dave, I don't know why you live down there in South Georgia. It gets so hot this summertime. It gets hot all over. It doesn't matter about down here. But this time of the year down here in the South it is just beautiful. And in the fall, it's like this. So it's like I live for these 2 times of the year. Winter was not near as cold as it should have been here. But we've got lots of things blooming. My crabapple tree is finally blooming now. It's just starting to bloom. And and I replanted my garden for the 3rd time this year, just the other day, and more potatoes in the ground and so forth. So, but anyway, I love you all, Melanie, and to all of those of you who show up. I thank you for hanging out with me and listening to my little diatribe sometime. By the way, I've got another video that I'm going to be coming out with, and it's basically I met a guru on the road, if you will, and a difference of opinion as far as shamans, gurus, spiritual warriors, and so forth. So, and it's an interesting correlation and a discussion, I think, that I'm being told anyway that I need to have. So, many blessings to you, continued blessings. I know we've got some, David, you must realize how much I appreciate you. I do. And you must understand, Melanie, how much I appreciate you all and your opinion. Just the fact that you guys are out there. I know we've never met on the physical plane, but that's not what's important, The fact that we are members of the League of Like-Minded Beings, if I love to bring that back up, but to that point though, it's like we have to speak out about the craziness that's around us And I just, you know me, Melanie, I just try to bring another point of view. But I logically sit down and, scratch my head and go, what's wrong with this situation? Is there another part to this? Do we have an option? For example, there was a conversation and it's been ongoing, but is there anything that we can do to fix this? And I keep coming up with, yeah, why don't we change, why don't we move out of this hate realm? I've had that discussion. Stop using the word hate. I dislike. Okay, that's a lot less strong. People say, well, what difference does that have to make? Well, then a study comes out that, our usage of words can create negative energies around us. Does anybody want to pay attention to that? Well, it was a scientific study. Well, what about us spiritual warriors? What about us shamans who've been talking about this for a long time? Hey, when you think these things and when you create these things, that's your intent and your spread. Oh, well, now science is coming out going, well, maybe those shamans were right. But they don't say that. They say, well, we've done these studies but the bottom line is, well, guess what? A new study came out last week. Magnetic energies do affect our brain patterns and so forth. I've been in an MRI machine several times for head trauma and so forth. And those things make me just like boom, 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 boom. Oh, it's just magnets. Yeah. But man, you talk about walking out of an MRI and like, wow, where have I been? Did your brains get scrambled? And they go, well, there's nothing to that. Now they're going, well, maybe all those electromagnetic waves coming from the universe, from the planet, is actually truly affecting us. But now you'll put a person's brain in an MRI machine, magnetic resonance imaging, magnetic, first word of the sentence, and you're going, wait a minute now. So all the people that you stuck their head in one of these machines, do you actually know what you've done? Did the people literally come out of the machine and go back to normal? I know when I came back out, I was like kind of dazed for days. And so, but now the study is out about the report that, well, magnetism really is, people are affected by even the slightest changes. And so, but you're going to stick people's head in a machine. You're going to stick the rest. I mean, whether you stick your head in or not. Okay, so they stick your foot in. Your head's not far away. I mean, they make you take off all the metal that's around you so it doesn't get magnetized and, get yanked out of your body or what. So many things shamans have been talking about for thousands of years. Scientists are proving. I keep mentioning this over the years, in that science is proving that those of us who understand that there is a spiritual world, there are these energies, there is our personal intent for ourselves and to the universe, and that both of them are connected. And now people are going, well, I don't know. Well, did you read that scientific study? Well, no, I don't have to, because I got the spirit in me, blah blah blah. I don't need all that. Okay, fine. But you should at least consider it, because it's very interesting and it raises some questions. Should I even get near some of this magnetic crap? What about CERN? What about there's a magnetic lab just south of me in Tallahassee? What about the people who work around it? They've got these high intensity magnets that they're working around on a day to day basis. A good friend of mine worked there for many years. And I got to say that, not to say that something happened to him, but that he has a different outlook on life. And it's like, he didn't really change, but he did, but he didn't, but he did. I just like nothing I could really put my finger on and go, well, my friend, that's strange, because you had a slight different opinion before you started working there. And now that you are around those machines all the time, does it affect other people's thinking? Does it affect the people who are working around the magnets? So it's like, well, you say, well, it's not really affecting this. But the study just came out that the Earth's magnetic energy has an effect on us, and that many people are sensitive to it. So you go to work every day around a huge magnet, but you don't think it's affecting you. There's some really craziness going on. If one happens, then isn't the other? Well, I don't know. The Earth's magnetism is different from Yeah, Earth's magnetism is the planet. You're working around this huge magnet in a building and you're standing beside it. That's the damn difference. But you folks you don't even kind of consider that. So it's okay. So the absurdity of things is what's coming out. The science is there, the proof is there, the truth is there. Who wants to listen to the truth? We'll find out. Grab your popcorn, Melanie, and the rest of you. Blessings to all of you, and as I always try to do, end with a prayer. I continue to pray that each and every one of you will accept and receive the blessings of the universe. I continue to pray that each and every one of you will continue to accept and receive the blessings, the wisdom, and the healing from the universe. I continue to pray that each and every one of you will continue to receive, accept, and spread the message of the Creator and of these energies and of the wisdom of the universe. So, with that, have a good rest of your Saturday and Sunday and any other time you might be watching this. So, blessings to you from South Georgia on this lovely spring day. Adios for now, Melanie, until later. Um, keep happy, stay in wisdom, stay in truth, keep the truth in your heart because when people try to sway you from your truth, that's when your energy will start to deplete. So, as I continue to say, we need to keep our core energies intact. Blessings for now, and until later, bye bye for now. Adios.